आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस यानी कृत्रिम बुद्धिमत्ता, जो कि कंप्यूटर को मानव जैसे सोचने और समझने की क्षमता देने वाली तकनीक है। आज एआई का इस्तेमाल रोजमर्रा की जिंदगी से लेकर विज्ञान, प्रौद्योगिकी, सेवाओं और कारोबार में तेजी से बढ़ रहा है। लेकिन जिस तरह हर सिक्के के दो पहलू होते हैं, उसी तरह एआई के सकारात्मक और नकारात्मक पक्ष को लेकर बहस भी तेज हो गई है। उपराष्ट्रपति जगदीप धनखड़ ने भी आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस की चुनौतियों को देखते हुए इसके लिए कानून और एक सशक्त संस्थागत ढांचे को बनाने पर जोर दिया है। उपराष्ट्रपति सांसद सुजीत कुमार की पुस्तक एआई ऑन ट्रायल के विमोचन के मौके पर लोगों को संबोधित कर रहे थे। उपराष्ट्रपति ने कहा कि आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस को कानून के दायरे में लाना चुनौतीपूर्ण है, लेकिन बेहद जरूरी है।
AI, the gene, is out of the bottle, and it can be extremely destructive. It can create havoc if not regulated. In the age of deepfakes, working of deep state, wokeism, these menacing trends can get wings if this gene of artificial intelligence is not regulated. To put it for young minds, a nuclear power can give you energy. Nuclear power can lighten houses, run industry, but it can also be destructive. And therefore, we have both the possibilities before us. Friends, in conclusion, the topic of regulation of AI will determine the kind of society we aspire to be. It has become a most important factor where we will be. Do we wish to become a digital dystopia where humans serve algorithms, or a humane artificial intelligence society where technology serves the people? The choice is ours. The choice is well known. There is nothing in artificial intelligence. It is far away from the human mind. So we must use capacity of human mind to regulate this gene, artificial intelligence. It is on trial as per the book. Let artificial intelligence not put us on trial. I'm extremely happy to release this book. It will be an eye-opener to everyone in all spheres of life. I wish the authors success for their next venture.
उपराष्ट्रपति ने एआई को विनियमित करने और नवाचार को बढ़ावा देने के बीच सही संतुलन बढ़ाने पर जोर दिया।
Regulating artificial intelligence is daunting, frightening, but imperative. Right balance will have to be struck between regulating artificial intelligence and fostering innovation. This is fundamental. Over-regulation can choke, like over-disciplining a child. We don't have to impede the spirit of entrepreneurship. But at the same time, we have to be extremely cognizant of the evil effects. Under-regulation can endanger public safety, perpetuate bias, and erode trust. The author in his address had reflected on these problems. We must therefore design regulation as a scaffold, not a cage. Our goal should be to enable a framework where responsible innovation thrives and sinister designs, pernicious designs are neutralized. A risk-based, sector-specific, and principle-driven approach may serve us well in this regard. For instance, the level of scrutiny required for AI used in medical diagnostics should differ from the artificial intelligence curating social media feeds.
उपराष्ट्रपति ने आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस जैसी गतिशील तकनीकी के लिए एक चुस्त और सशक्त संस्थागत ढांचे की जरूरत बताई।
Now, artificial intelligence, disruptive technologies are like another industrial revolution. There is paradigm shift every moment. We seem to be on quicksand when it comes to technological changes. Changes are taking place by the hour. I can say by the seconds. Therefore, to regulate something that is as dynamic as artificial intelligence, we need an agile and empowered institutional framework. A national artificial intelligence authority or commission, independent but accountable with representation from government, industry, academia, and civil society could serve as a think tank, watchdog and enabler.
उपराष्ट्रपति ने साइबर संप्रभुता को महत्वपूर्ण बताते हुए कहा कि आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस के क्षेत्र में एक वैश्विक नियम आधारित व्यवस्था होनी चाहिए।
We must assert India's cyber sovereignty as much as we do the sovereignty understood in common parlance. But we have to be aligned to global standards. There can be no standalone activity in such kind of situations. There will have to be global convergence. All stakeholders will have to come on one platform so that we have a global rule-based order in the field of artificial intelligence.
उपराष्ट्रपति ने कहा कि कृत्रिम बुद्धिमत्ता की अस्पष्टता कानूनी पारदर्शिता और जवाबदेही सिद्धांतों को चुनौती देती है।
Traditional legal concepts like liability, mens rea, or even personhood come under pressure when actions are carried out by autonomous systems. Artificial intelligence opacity challenges legal transparency and accountability principles. Delegating legal interpretation to unexplainable systems undermines judicial trust. Current legal artificial intelligence use lacks. This use is not complete. If we use current legal artificial intelligence, we find one deficiency. It lacks comprehensive regulation and oversight. There is urgent need for standards and safeguards to prevent consequences of unregulated artificial intelligence. Debate continues to raise all over whether artificial intelligence promotes legal consistency or perpetuates historical biases.
उपराष्ट्रपति ने कहा कि कृत्रिम बुद्धिमत्ता के खतरों से अपने नागरिकों की रक्षा के लिए हमें लागू करने के लिए योग्य अधिकारों की जरूरत है।
I am sometimes surprised when I use my mobile phone, go to some application. There is pressure. I agree. Now, in utter helplessness, you concede a very personal ground. Unknowingly, you are lured or forced. Otherwise, the utilization doesn't fructify with ease. Consent cannot be in opaque and abstruse terms of service. Anonymization, data minimization, and purpose limitation must be rigorously enforced. The regulation of artificial intelligence must be very transparent. It must go hand in hand with reskilling and workforce planning. as artificial intelligence displaces certain tasks, it will. Because it has come to your house, come to your office. It does jobs sometimes better than human resource. And then an impression is gathered. Are we risking the jobs of people who work? Maybe in some situations, but then it does offer vistas of involvement. We must look in that direction. This requires that we must invest very heavily in education, vocational training, digital literacy, particularly for those who are marginalized, who are vulnerable, who need hand-holding situations. Artificial intelligence, the governance part of it, I say it after deep thought, cannot be left only to technocrats or corporations. Democratic oversight is quintessence of democracy. Citizen engagement and transparency are essential. India's parliamentary committees, judicial forums, and civil society all are stakeholders. They must converge to secure the citizen against evil effects of artificial intelligence.
उपराष्ट्रपति ने न्यायपालिका और विधायिका में भी एआई के इस्तेमाल पर जोर दिया।
Therefore, time has come. These institutions also, one, to apply technology like artificial intelligence, to enhance, to secure cutting edge in their administrative working and in delivering in their core areas, like judiciary has to deliver through judgments, legislature has to do it through legislation, and holding the executive accountable. But similarly, and it is undoubtedly a considered preposition in all democratic nations, executive governance is the only way of life. Because people elect their representatives for governance and for legislation. But those who have the numbers get into executive seat, form governments. If executive function is performed not by the government but by legislature or by judiciary, where is the accountability? Executive governance by another institution other than government is antithetical to our constitutional values. It is negation of power of the people, we the people who gave us this constitution. And therefore, such kind of technologies can really get into even-handedness working, equitable working. The equilibrium can be maintained. I strongly advocate that we must be extremely sensitive to institutional domains. But at the same time, we must have highest regard for our institutions. We as a nation are proud for our parliament. We are proud of our judiciary. We are equally proud of our executive. And you have to look back for last 10 years, our performance, and you will know the statement is well thought out, well premised.
उपराष्ट्रपति ने कहा कि हमारा उद्देश्य 2047 तक भारत को विकसित राष्ट्र बनाना है। इसके लिए हमें हर उपलब्ध क्षेत्र और अवसर का उपयोग करने की जरूरत है। इसके लिए कृत्रिम बुद्धिमत्ता का उपयोग करना चाहिए और ये निश्चित रूप से किया जा सकता है।